Hi. So you have this tooth that you're going to prepare the T-shaped cavity on. Always choose, you will have these ivory teeth provided to you by the lab supervisor. Always choose the widest and the flattest part of the root surface to draw your outline on. The outline measurements were provided to you in the PDF that I sent to you already. We have a vertical arm of 4 millimeters almost. We can measure it using what? A periodontal probe. If you could see the periodontal probe, we'll start the measurement from the tip. The tip has 3 lines of 1, 2, 3 millimeters, and then it has a space, if you can see, which indicates in the middle of the space 4 millimeters, and then the next line is for the 5. So we go ahead and measure. We should be more than 3 in the middle, the distance between the 3 and the 5. So we need 1 more millimeter. Make it a little longer. This will make it easier for you to follow as you're drilling if you have a good outline. And then make the horizontal arm. Once you're done and you're convinced with your measurements, you can go ahead and start drilling. So once you have drawn your outline, you can go ahead and stabilize the tooth using what we call a sticky wax. You can form it all around the tooth in order to make your tooth stable while you're drilling. You rotate it this way. This will stabilize it on the metal tray while you're drilling so it doesn't move, because you want everything to be stable. Your hand will be stable and the tooth that you're drilling on should be stable too. So we stabilize it like this. We make sure it's not moving. We get our burrs ready, our hand piece. We'll start by preparing a pilot drill hole using the quarter round burr. You could skip this altogether and start with the pear-shaped burr. This is the quarter round and this is the pear shape. You can go ahead and prepare the pilot drill hole, meaning the first hole that you prepare in the cavity. You place the quarter round burr. You press this all the way inside and then you press the burr all the way. You release the back. You try to pull the burr out to make sure that it's stable and it doesn't move during preparation. We will use the quarter round burr only for the pilot hole to establish the first entry inside the cavity, to establish the right depth, and then we will change it to the pear-shaped, which will help us to continue the whole preparation. You hold the handpiece as if you're holding a pen, and then you angulate it to be perpendicular to the long axis of the root. And then you stabilize it at a certain point, and then you press the paddle. The handpiece should always be rotating while you're coming in and out of the preparation. Once your pilot hole has been prepared, you can always use suction to remove all the excess water. The suction will be at your left side, and it will help you remove the water. You could use this air and water syringe to blow air. And now you can look at your pilot drill. This is a hole that was done in the middle. It should have the correct depth of 1.5 to 2 millimeters deep. And then we will use this hole to start the rest of the cavity preparation. We'll change into our pear-shaped burr. How do we change it? We press on the back. We go ahead and get this out. We get the pear-shaped burr. And then we place it. Make sure it's stable. Then go ahead. Hold it like a pen and then stabilize your fingers on the tray. Never prepare when your hand is not stable. You always have to have finger rest on something that is stable so your hand doesn't slip. Stabilize the tooth and then go ahead, prepare it at a perpendicular angle like this. But the tooth should be stable and your hand should be stable. None of it is moving except for your fingers that are holding the handpiece. Start drilling. Always go inside while you're drilling and come out while you're also drilling. Don't stop inside the cavity. Try to keep your hands stable and steady. Go all the way through the arms, the cavity outline that you have already drawn. You go ahead, you prepare all the lines that you have drawn, and then you can come out and measure the cavity and check if anything needs to be finished on the horizontal and the vertical angles. We stop, and now we're going to dry. We will suck the water. With the suction, we'll dry using the air and water syringe and check. The cavity was prepared following the cavity outline. Now all that we need to do is check if the depth is correct and even in all the places, and if we have any sharp angles that need to be rounded, we can go ahead and round them using our hand pieces. I have an area of uneven depth here. I'll go ahead and measure the depth with you so you could see. The periodontal probe should be going in up to 1.5 to 2 millimeters, as you could see. This is satisfactory depth. All I need to do is make sure that it's an even depth all around. If I have any adjustments to make, I'll go ahead and take my high-speed handpiece, but this time I'm not going to press all the way inside. See, this is drilling. This is for finishing. Simple touches on the paddle. Will help you to finish the preparation and make sure that you have an even depth. Simple touches. If you need roundation on the angles, you can go ahead and do the roundation on the angles. And then make sure that you measure the length and the width, the length, and then the width, and then measure the depth and make sure that it's all correct. Use the high volume suction to remove all the water. Return it. Use the air to check your cavity, preparation, and do the measurement. So as I was drilling, my hand was always perpendicular to the long axis of the tooth. I will go on in a straight line and in a vertical and horizontal line to follow the outline that I have drawn for my cavity. I started at the pilot hole and then I kept extending, as you could see, all around the arms of the cavity. Once I am done, I stop and I look. If I have any sharp angles, I need to go ahead and then modify them. I have to check if I have an even depth of the cavity. It should be between 1.5 to 2 millimeters. And then I have to make sure that it's an even depth. If I can't see properly, I have to wash it and dry and keep my face away while I do that. And I always wear a face shield. And then I see, do I like it? Is it an even shape? Do I need to do some more modification in the cavity preparation? For me, I think that the depth is okay, but I think that I need to smoothen it out a little. I need to make roundation of this edge because we don't like to have sharp angles to prevent any stress concentration. I'll take my high-speed handpiece again, as I can also do finishing with the high-speed handpiece, but I need to press on the paddle lightly in order to have a slower speed of the preparation. Only for finishing purposes. Do you hear it? This is high speed for preparation, but this is very slow speed for final touches of finishing. It's rotating very slightly. I go all around my walls and I try my best to keep my hands steady as if I am drawing my cavity outline. When I'm done drawing my cavity outline, I go ahead, I use what? The air and water syringe. I dry my cavity and I look at it. I think I have a good outline. Now I need to do the measurement again. I need to make sure that this goes in very smoothly and around the whole cavity preparation with no ups and downs to make sure that I have an even depth of the cavity. I have to have rounded internal line angles, so no stress concentration will happen, and straight walls all around. We don't want any flared walls. Please contact me if you have any questions with regards to the videos. Thank you and good luck.